Red dust exploded into the air as the two leaders charged, heat rippling off their bodies like a living flame. The Rift Valley roaring awake beneath their feet as the long-toothed demon's growl collided with the manic screech of scavengers circling overhead, a dry-season symphony of hunger and pressure were Baboon and Hyena. Two rulers of savannah closed the distance with death in their eyes. That morning the sun poured down like molten metal, baking the cracked earth into blinding Yellowstone as Rose Baboon troops settled on the elevated rock floor beside the last surviving stream, a natural fortress chosen not for comfort but for survival, a place high enough to see enemies coming and close enough to touch the final ribbon of water left in the valley. The drought had stretched too long. The stream reduced to slick mud that drew every desperate creature for miles, and what Ro could not know was that this ground lay directly across the main hunting artery of the Bone Breakers, the spotted hyena clan ruled by Sariah, masters of endurance and calculation, who followed these routes every dry season like blood vessels across the land. When the baboons claimed the bank, they committed an unforgivable ecological crime, blocking water and forcing the hyenas to travel twice as far, a threat no clan with young could ignore. Sariah smelled them before she saw them, the scent of meat, of rivals, of water stolen, and at the same time Ro felt the tension ride the headwind, because baboons may not be apex predators, but they are ferocious defenders, especially with infants clinging to their world. The spark ignited when a young baboon lagged behind and wandered straight into the hyena's path, a moment that meant opportunity to one side and extinction to the other, not born hatred, but of two species needing the same safety and the same water and being unable to share it. These animals were opposing weapons forged by nature itself. Baboons built on intelligent speed, fangs, and coordinated aggression. Hyenas built on bone-crushing jaws, elastic hide, pain tolerance, and the patience to wait for numbers to turn the tide. Adult male baboons like Ro carried saber-like canines and lightning-fast strikes, capable of killing with precision, sprinting with shocking speed and using feints, flanks, and targeted attacks to overwhelm larger foes, while hyenas like Sariah carried jaws powerful enough to shatter femurs, necks like living pistons, skin that resisted tearing, and minds cold enough to fight while wounded until reinforcement arrived. A single baboon and a single hyena might balance each other, but numbers were destiny, and both sides believed absolutely in their own deadliness. When Ro leapt down from the stone floor, muscles coiled and eyes burning, his roar tore through the valley not as a threat, but as a call to arms, baboon tactics unfolding instantly across the cracked earth. Sariah did not flee or rush. She paused, ears pricked, then released a short, slicing command, and from the tall grass her clan emerged in a widening arc, advancing without haste, tightening the noose because hyenas did not rush beauty, only certainty. The two forces met meters apart, the air locked solid with tension, neither side yielding, and then the savannah exploded as bodies collided in a savage, grinding melee of fangs, claws, dust, and breath. In the chaos, a thin cry cut through everything as the lost baby baboon struggled free of thorn brush and stepped onto the stream's fragile edge, the ground collapsing beneath it as it slid into deeper mud and water, the splash small but devastating, freezing the battle for half a heartbeat. Ro turned and saw the infant sinking, each desperate kick pulling it lower, seconds from silence, and Sariah saw something else entirely. The mud beside the child stirring unnaturally, a pressure rising, a shadow slipping beneath the surface, yellow eyes opening like dead glass as a crocodile long forgotten in the shrinking pool awakened. The war between baboon and hyena transformed instantly into a race against time, the savannah falling eerily quiet as only mud shifted and lungs burned. The baby's cries weakened, panic drowning its voice, and Sariah watched with a flicker of hesitation rare in a hunter, maternal instinct cracking through her iron focus as the crocodile edged closer. Ro charged, deaf to everything but his child, launching himself on the rock ledge, spinning through the air and slamming into mud up to his wrists as the crocodile surged, jaws snapping shut just behind him. With a violent wrench, Ro hauled the baby free, mud and water pouring off its body, while the crocodile struck again and missed, the sound echoing like a drumbeat of death. The hyenas did not advance. The bone breakers halted, instincts restrained by something unspoken as Sariah lowered her ears, drew a long breath, and turned away. The fight ended there, not in blood but in recognition, not respect or mercy, but the shared understanding that a life had been pulled back from the edge. The hyenas withdrew into the shimmering dust, The baboons gathered in trembling relief, and the savannah, which so often witnessed only winners and corpses, held a rare silence, as if acknowledging that in a land where survival is everything, the greatest strength is sometimes knowing when to stop.